And them should know well, gal them of the face, gal them of the figure, remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She's so precious like the gold in on my treasure. Who are they to give me? Gal them of the face, gal them of the figure, remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She more precious than the diamond in my treasure. And then me say the gal deem me body tense. Them look like some Lexus, some Beamer and some Benz. A good body gal me want to feature me ends. Look like some boy need some contact lens. Boy them chase the gal a while of them me a defend. Well a woman is a mouse and no pretend me a pretend. Boy I act like star gal a ask from when. Styling up the gal some way as can tell. Muggle with the shape, make the punk head swell. Y'all them no stoop low, them never yet sell. The killer say, who know for pop star Michelle or Miss Sell.
At the top is just us. At the top is just us. Yeah, we in a top farm.
We in a top farm, people. Top farm winner. A perfect 7 out of 7 for the Arsenal in the Champions League. Hey. Now, that was a game that Inter needed. That was a game that Inter needed to win. Because them men are falling out of top 8 places. With more matches to play tomorrow, they could find themselves firmly in the play-in, which I think they have Dortmund next on the final day, which will give them a game somehow, because this is just how weird this Champions League thing is, yeah? Where you will see Dortmund lay an egg tonight versus Tottenham, but next Tuesday or Wednesday give Inter Milan a game. It's just weird like that, how these Champions League fixtures line up. Now big up to the boys today, right? Because if everyone is fit, we look at our football team, and we say if everyone is fit, about 5 guys start today. If everyone is fit. That's how heavy the rotation is. Who started? Everyone fully fit and all things being created equal. Who started out of today's 11? Mikel is picking. He's picking Raya. He's picking Timber. He's picking Saliba. And he's picking Zubimendi and Saka. So that's 5 players. Trossard, Martinelli is game by game who he puts over there. But everyone else, Jesus, isn't the first choice to Gyökeres at the moment. Eze, not the first choice. The Odegaard at the moment. Merino, less said the better. He's not a starter. Everyone fit. And Mosquera doesn't start over Gabriel. So a 5-man rotation away at the San Siro is nothing to sneeze at when you rotate that heavily and still put in this type of performance. So big up to the boys. Now, Skelly at left back. Obviously, I said if everyone's fully fit, he's probably 3rd choice, 4th choice even, because we've seen Mikel. We can assume that Calafiore is his 1st choice left back, then Hincapié, and he's willing to send Timber over there and pay Benjamin White at right back. So Skelly isn't really first, second, may even be 3rd choice at the left back position. He started today, heavy rotation. Now, do we find it a little interesting that Skelly is good enough to start away at the San Siro against the Inter Milan side with world-class players in it, but isn't trusted enough to start away at the City ground? What do we make of that? Against the City, Nottingham Forest team, who we know we're going to dominate possession against. How is that even possible? But he's not good enough to start at the City ground against Forest. It's mad, isn't it? That game where we knew we were going to have more operational control would be the ideal game. An attacking impetus that could probably see us get something out of that. But that's not either here nor there. Big up the boys on their performance today. Gabriel Jesus being a fox in the box, reacting well to, you can call it a scuff shot, a fluff shot. Either way, the ball was loose in the box, and he is the first to react to it. And that's usually how it happens. Matter of fact, both of his goals, he was the first react to the ball. Big him up on that first one. On that second one, there's no Gabriel to crash the box and just put his forehead onto the leather, put it in the net. So what do the boys decide to do? Let's do a combination back post. Trossard put the ball back into a dangerous area, and we'll see Gabby Jesus the first to react to it. That is big. That's massive. So 2 daggers from Gabby, and on comes the Yak. That's the type of goal we want to see for him. That's the type of goal that warrants the mask celebration, or the one that DI won against Forest, or the one against Chelsea, big goal. Yeah, this is what we want to see from Gyökeres. Now, we must let the record show that the initial pass out to him, when he got the ball from under his feet, he tried to play Saka in. He tried to play him in. Now, I'm sure he would like that favor return when he's making those type of runs. You see? Play me in when I occupy 2 of the center backs. Ball lands perfectly. And what a pass from Martinelli as well. Martinelli pass comes through. See, the thing with Martinelli, right? He is used to being on the receiving end of those passes that he got. And the thing about football, like you man play football, sometimes you like to receive the ball a certain way. So you understand when men are running through on goal, they like to receive the ball a certain way. And that was the kind of pass. Kind of like at the Bernabeu when Martinelli was on the receiving end of that pass from Mikel Merino. Wicked pass. But Gyökeres, with his unselfish self, trying to play Saka in, ended up having the ball land squarely at his feet for a bad boy finish in the corner. And big him up for it. Now, Sukic's goal, listen, Raya, I'm sorry, you can't do anything about that, my brother. As the number 8, anyone who's ever worn that number 8 shirt and played that number 8 position, that's typically what you want. For all your work of going back and forth and breaking up play and coming back and helping defending, passing the ball to the attacking player when you make a play so he can do his thing, or passing the ball out to the winger so they can do their thing, or a ball over the top to the striker so he can do his thing. Every now and then you want one to land right there in front of you. Perfect gift wrap present. It was beautiful. Looked like a piece of perfectly fried chicken. Raya, with your courtesy dive, you weren't getting nowhere near that, my friend. Bad boy finish. But big up to the boys who how they grew into the game. Yeah? So what we saying, chat? What we saying to this legendary chat? Let me see what we got here. We got the real bad man in the house. Was just thinking BBK is going live. Yeah. So I'm fresh from the pub. I had to go watch this one away from the crib. You know, caught bits and pieces of it because I had an appointment that conflicted with it. Yeah, I had to get the car serviced. The game kicked off at 12 p.m. my time. I had a 1 p.m. appointment. So I had to catch like the first 45 minutes and then rush to the appointment, and really didn't get to catch the second half. So I had to watch that on playback. But big up the man them. Big up to AJ, the mod god. Big him up. Listen to him, people. Please do so. Hit the like as you enter the stream. I know it's late. If you're not sticking around, just go ahead and hit the like, even if you're not staying. I said, Arsenal ain't been this good in 20 years, says Albanian youth. 20 years. Go back 06. Yeah, I mean, fair. Yeah. I can't challenge that. But I want to get away from the finishing first in the Champions League spot as some type of achievement, because I see a lot of that flowing through the spaces with the best team in Europe. I see AFTV interviews, that Christian interviews. It's finishing first in the Champions League phase does not make you the best team in Europe. There's a reason why them Chelsea man call themselves champions of the world. It's not because they finished first in the group stage. It's because they won the damn tournament. So let's not get carried away with the we're first thing. You know what I mean? Because we have Liverpool as a recent example of finishing first, and then bam, you're up out of there. Big up to AJ. You couldn't even wait to start the stream. If they ain't gassed, it's nothing. Yeah, see, the thing is, I'm very conscious of the UK people being damn near 1 a.m. in the morning right now. Right? So I give myself enough time to get home. I hate starting a stream late. So as I'm driving, I set it up for 5 o'clock my time. And I said, if I get home before 5, I'm not going to change the time. I'm just going to go live straight away. You know, so I rather start it early than late. I don't know if that helps or hurt the algorithm. But I'm very conscious of how late you men be up. You know what I mean? We're all the Victor Gyökeres haters now. Wicked finish. Bad boy finish from the Yuck. That's what we want from him. Yeah. Now, I mean, it's kind of like the elephant in the room now. In every podcast, on every panel, on every fan cam, it's who starts on Sunday versus Man United. Okay. At this point, do we even care? It's probably going to be Yuck. But if Jesus starts, no one will be upset. But I think he's probably going to go with Gyökeres. The problem is he's going to bring back Captain Fantastic into the fold. We know he will. You know, Eze is not starting on Sunday. He's not. You know, I'm going to hear people, he didn't pull up energy. He played well. He played well. Let's not act like he wasn't a part of the build-up for that first goal. Close touch, plant the foot inside, ball into Jesus. The ball was moving fast. Control, down the middle, attack. They're ball watching because the ball is moving so fast, they end up losing track of Gabriel Jesus for the follow-up. Gabriel Jesus, fair play. You wanted that tonight, and he got it. Big him up. Man of the match, isn't it? Universally, I don't think anyone would complain about a man of the match shout for our number 9 or the man that wears the number 9 shirt. Big up to Social. Nice job done. Now, let's see a full rotation. Let's see the kids versus Carrot. Roll out all the kids. Let them hear the Champions League music. And even then, I expect us to win that. Yeah, where are they in the table? Goddamn, they're dead last. You couldn't write this. If you're a storyteller, for the final game of the league play, you have first versus worst. Yeah. So no one can ever, don't even have to ask for rotation for this. That man got 1 point, you know. This is worse than Wolves. Wolves had 2 points out of a possible 20 teams. They had 2 points when they came to the Emirates. These men got 1 point after 7 games coming to the carpet. We have to make an example of this bunch, even with the children. Full rotation, Mikhail. Go ahead and flex your squad. Yeah? Go ahead. I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden Max Diamond's ankle all of a sudden miraculously healed by next Wednesday. Yeah? And then we will see Kepa. We will see Benjamin White. We will see Marley Salmon. We'll see Nkapie getting some minutes. And we will see Skelly back there as the senior man leading the left side. You can put out Norgard for all his family to see. Champions League music rolled out on all. And you can start Ethan if he's still here. So he would have got some minutes today. Full rotation. Even Kai. He can give Donkey Kai a start at the carpet so he can play himself into form. Because dare I say we might need his clumsy ass for the run-in. Sheldon ain't trying to hear it at all. The only negative, Mikel Merino in the 8, never again. And Zubi was very poor tonight as well. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don. What you saying, my brother? Hope you're good. That goal proves play to his strength, and he can cook. So play to his strengths. I hear it. The playoff is actually the real Champions League matches. Look sensational with Jeopardy. Yeah. And I kind of like how they unfucked themselves this year. Yeah. The UEFA. Because last year we finished 3rd. And when we drew Real Madrid, they had second leg at the Bernabeu. We're like, advantage you if the second leg's at home. We finished higher than PSG. Second leg was in Paris. Like, what the? Nah. We're the higher seed. We get the return leg at the Emirates. So this year, we're guaranteed a first or a second seed. So for the entirety of the competition, the return leg will be at the Emirates. And I fancy that. Give me all the advantages I can get. Well, they have the right to change your mind based on new evidence. And anyone who's not willing to hear that is not somebody you should have any kind of debates with, really. They were, say, trading for Sesko yesterday, but now, post that goal, he is world class. Don't tell me this is She Knows Arsenal said that. No, she knows not. Excuse me. How many teams is going to leave that amount of room behind us, says Sheldon? Teams that are trying to get back in the game. If we go out and actually attack teams and score goals and force them to have to play football. So I think if we start to unlock teams early, we might see a better version of Gyökeres. No cap. I love after a long day, I got BBK Sports to tuck me in. So come on, you guys. Big up the legend that he is. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're good, yeah? Play the pass early enough for Gyökeres. He can get that in the Prem twice or 3 times a game. Simple as that. And he found his, the Glock found the trigger tonight. Those are the goals that I want to see from him, 100%. All our matches are just boys pulling out fitness, needed performance, but job done, we move. Martinelli in the UCL, different gravy. He's a different person. Him, even Jesus. As a matter of fact, the 2023/2024 season, in the league phase or in the group stage, because it wasn't league phase then, it was still the home and away for 6 games. In the group stage for those 6 games, Gabriel Jesus was our leading scorer for 23-24 Champions League campaign. The year we got bounced in the quarters, yeah. He plays well in the Champions League. Because you see that first goal. Now the goal, bad boy finish for Sukic. But this is the reason I had Jason Guna on here 2 days ago, or yesterday, when we were talking about transfer window January business. What would I possibly do? What would I possibly be interested in? I'm saying that back up for Declan Rice to cover ground when the ball is turned over in the middle of the park. Because you see how easy it was for whoever made that pass out to Thuram, had a free run through the midfield because Declan Rice wasn't there. Merino was trying his very best to get there, but couldn't. He's too slow. And that's when the overrun happens. Now, big up to Mosquera for slowing down a Marcus Thuram from getting his initial shot off. But we were already in danger and people were caught out of position because we were caught in an attacking posture and then forced to go back that way. But Declan Rice wins that ball back. Mikel Merino doesn't. That's the breakdown. The breakdown happened way before that Mosquera block, and the ball landed kindly to Sucic. But it's a bad boy finish, to be fair. I would be fair, and I do think Inter Milan should have had a penalty when Mosquera and Saliba was all over Martinez. Didn't even see that. Martinelli knew the deal. When men are, send it. That's what I'm saying. This is how I like to get it, so this is how I'm going to give it to you, because Martinelli himself knows that his tech is limited. So you have to give him the ball in a good position where he doesn't need to take 2-3 touches to get it under control. This is how I like it. This is how I'm going to send it to you. And he sent it. If you go back and look for that Real Madrid goal that he scored, as soon as we won the ball back in the box, he was gone. He took off because he came on as a sub in that game with fresh legs. Martinelli could have made that run in the 93rd minute if he started the game. But coming on with fresh legs, they were dead. And he paused, and just sent it. Send the damn ball. That corner was the 18th goal from a corner already this season. Set piece again. Ole, ole. We'll be fuming if we didn't get that. So we have to have the same ending. I have to go have a look at that now still. I don't know. I haven't seen one. Here. Sometimes it rolls over to the next stream where I get the notification saying member for however long. But big up, Mateo, man. Big you up and appreciate that. My G, greatly appreciated. Thank you for always supporting the channel. Debate of whether or not it was a pen or not. Albania, I think Albanian Youth dropped a comment and bounced. Everyone with common sense has said none of our players are bad. This team is full of talent. They just perform poorly. These players' output numbers are not where they should be. What are the odds? Oh no. Mateo Mosquera and Saliba both failed Martinez, so I'll stand by it. Or I think you mean to say fouled. Not being a pen, but we can agree to disagree. I hear it. Big up to Wahaha. So Wahaha, now that you have seen what Bodo have done to Man City. Do you take your win over Man City with a grain of salt? Because what Bodo did to them, man, is criminal, you know. And people, let the record show that Bodo Glimt have not won a game in this Champions League so far. That was their first win today. Bodo Glimt have lost 3 games and have drawn 3 games and were on 3 points today. And today they doubled their points tally with an emphatic 3-1 win over Man City. Got Rodri sent off and could have put 5 or 6 goals past Man City for real. No cap. Being nice. 3-1 flatters Man City, yeah? Even with Rodri on the pitch. And you see that second foul that Rodri got sent off for. In the Premier League, him and Bernardo Silva, they do that foul every fucking week. Over and over and over again and get away with it. And I think that's what happened. He forgot for a second that tonight they were in Europe. And the European ref don't play that shit. And he got himself a second yellow. He get away with it all game. They pull, they foul, they pull, they foul. And they don't get booked. And when they're under a break in the 80th minute, they pull and then they get a yellow. But he couldn't have done that if he was already on a yellow. He gets away with that shit week in, week out in the league. So United's win, Bodo Glimt have made it, hey, maybe this Man City team ain't as good as people think. And that United victory wasn't as impressive. Yeah? Because, hey, you beat United, you beat Man United, you beat Man City to give yourself some confidence for the weekend. You know, we could be like, hey, forget the Forest result. We just went to the San Siro, rotated squad, and did that. But big yo up every time. Without number 8, you get quick football and W's. Hey, can you tell us who number 8 is for the record, Gaza? Just so we're clear that we're talking about the other Norwegian guy that didn't have a good night tonight. My God. Sheldon said, I don't care about no Club World Cup. That's a waffle trophy. Community Shield settings. The preseason cup, yeah? It says, no, go to 4-4-2, start both Victor and Gabriel Jesus. Done. But this presents a problem. Who is the 4? That means Trotter Martinelli have to sit. Right? Because he's going to Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard are in that midfield, and Saka is the 4th one. That's how he would roll. Now, I'm willing to try that. Definitely. You know, but we get 3, you know, I'm a little torn on what I'm going to predict for that United Arsenal game. But we're not losing the game. I say that. And you always want a competitive comp. I hear it. We shouldn't play favorites in the title race. You should. You should. You don't want another Man City parade in your lovely town of Manchester. You know what I'm saying? You know, but the difference is we're home. Right? We came to the yard and took our 3 points early before you got your feet in the ground. And, you know, now you're coming to the carpet. So we'll see. Number 8 looking spooky. Big games that you're not playing. Crazy. We're taking 3 points, whether they like it or not. Give me that. Give me that. Okay. Now he is back. I'm 100% sure he's starting Sunday. Zubi is donkey shit defensively. He is so bad. Was he? Was he that bad today? Big up to Cooper. Say good day, good night to be an Arsenal fan, because we are at the top, people. We are at the top.
At the top is just us. At the top is just us.
The topic is just us. We are there. Big up to Mel. Mel is on point today. She is on job. Big her up. Hopefully y'all got to check out her watch along and the match reaction earlier. I don't know, man. Hey, he did well today. I mean, there's always something that we can find to nitpick about, right? And the show, let's do it. Fuck it. What did he do wrong today that we didn't like? I'm sure we didn't like Saka playing a full 90, especially when we were told that he had a niggle at the weekend why he was so poor. But you used all 5 of your subs, and Nani wasn't one of them. And Nani has done well in the Champions League so far. And if you weren't going to play Ethan, why put him in the squad today? He wasn't in any other Premier League squads. And today, news break that he's on a possible loan to Bournemouth. Why put him in the squad then if you know you're not going to play him? Like what? So other than Trossard, other than Bukayo playing the full 90, I'm really not bothered about the manager's decisions. To be fair, I wouldn't have brought on Declan either, but that's neither here nor there. I think he came on purposefully to get a yellow, to get himself suspended, to reset his yellow cards. Must be. Waste man, wish we had Bruno. That's a nice jacket, looking fresh. Yeah, so no, I come straight in and I go on. Well, thank you, Mel. Thank you. You're far too kind. But yeah, I was out and about today, so I didn't get to catch the game. So I'm not comfortable around the house in one of my hoodies. Set the streamer from the phone, come straight into the office, and go live. So smash the likes and subscribe. Do what the boss says, man. Like Lynch. Who is the bunch of happy clappers then? I'm happy and I'm clapping. I'm happy about a 5-man rotation in the starting 11 away at the San Siro and come away 3 goals clear. And that was my prediction, 3-1. I didn't do a prediction on stream this morning because I didn't know what the hell Mikhail was going to do. But once I saw the lineup in the 5 guns chat with the Waffle Don, with Cape has paused, I told him, man, no, 3-1. We're going to go 3-1 Arsenal. So said, so done. So ask me what the winning lottery numbers are, and I might have something for you. We couldn't beat Forest, how we beat United, Arteta and Stress. So if football was that linear, it would be very easy to predict. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, Inter lost to us tonight. Inter has Dortmund in the final game. Dortmund lost to Tottenham tonight. Lost to Tottenham, but watch them give Inter a game. Well, we loaned a kid out too. Sucks. I don't know if Max can make it. Yeah, it would be dope to full rotated squad. Or just keep Ethan until the end of the damn window. Loan him on deadline day. He needs to play some Champions League. Well, shit. Has he featured in the Champions League this year? I'm not sure if he has. And is Marseille playing Champions League football? Or they're in Europa? No, Marseille play Liverpool tomorrow. So if we play Ethan, or if Ethan has played, that means he's cup tie, no? Let me see. This season, he has featured in the Champions League. He's played 3 times. Hasn't started, but he has featured 3 times in the Champions League. So I don't know. Don't know how that works out. What is Gary doing streaming with Oscar the Grouch? Really? Gary is live? I didn't see a notification for Gary being live. And who the hell is Oscar? Because you be just you be name tagging man with some wicked names, Hey man, big up Mel. Some more dappings going on. If Dio comes in and mentions the quad, I'll time him out. Man, you say Dio 3 times, you'll see it. So he is missing when we win. My bad, bro. Didn't really realize you were a top Guna. Nah, no, there is no top Guna energy here. None whatsoever. I refuse to believe it. Who knew if you clip the ball, the big yuck, he just might end up rip the net off? Someone please tell Bukayo. Please tell him, Bukayo. Go watch the film, my bro. It's all there for us to see. Yeah, man. Big up to Mateo, man. Like I said, I'm very conscious of time. That's why I started the stream early, because I can do a 2-hour stream here and still have plenty of daylight left to spend with the fam. Go easy, Sheldon. Go easy. Big up to Jacques. Jacques Cousteau. Salute from NY. Big you up, my brother. Surely Saka has to do it more often. Also, Martinelli pass was out of this world. Martinelli in the Champions League is just different. Premier League people, they just put the clamps on him and said, I mean, it's a mental block at this point. But in the Champions League, much more free-flowing game. He gets to be instinctive. He doesn't have to think. Right? So that's why the attack looks so crisp, so sharp. Because, you know, it's action of movement and spacing, and it flows. You know, I don't know how Inter still plays. That brother looks like he's 185 years old. He looks like one of the guys from The Passion of the Christ in the Mel Gibson movies that was helping with the cross and that. Sheldon is very relaxed, man. Champions League just has more space. Refs gives you fouls, you don't get in the Prem. It's night and day. Sometimes it feels like a completely different sport, you know. And they are better. I do believe that they are better. Honestly, Dio hasn't surprised he isn't here with Chess. I think he might be over with Gary. If Gary is live like Wahaha says, he's probably over there. But I did see him in Waffle Down and Cape and Pauses watch along. He and I were in the comment section having a proper go of just how many more games we need to wrap up the Prem. I say 12. I say we win the next 12 or win 12 out the next 16. The league is ours. But discussing other things as well as just where the giddiness and the unbearability of the Arsenal fan on the unbearability meter is going to be should we win the Carabao Cup on March 22nd. Sipping on the haters' tears. Yes, sir. Have we had a good laugh at City yet? Yeah, I'm seeing Rodri get spun by a step over his brother. Bodo Glimt, you know. Maybe I have to take a step back and be like Spurs, because I take a dig at Spurs when I say, bro, you won the Europa League, you had a shit Man United in the final, and you played Bodo Glimt in the semifinals, bro. Like, what are we doing? Then I see this Bodo Glimt put in this performance today. I'm like, oh, shit, maybe Bodo Glimt is a top side. And then, nope, I go look at the table, and no, that's their first win. That's their first win in the entire tournament, the mighty Man City. That is long, you know. And they could have put 5 past City. You know what I mean? And you giving up a double to a guy named Casper Warts. Casper Warts, you know. I'm like, oh, this is bad from City. Like, can they register? Like, the new registration is due for man like Semenyo and Gehi, because, brother, they needed them today. And if you're watching that Wolves, could you have a chance at a stinky 0-0 this weekend? Nah, it ain't happening. You man are getting fisted up. Our press was crap. Either Inter the ball to get out. We could only press them from a short goal kicks. But we were sketchy when they passed out. Yeah, for that goal, it was way too easy for them to run through our midfield on that one. I didn't like that. But I didn't like that one. How did Eze go after being given a chance finally? Now, he played a part in the first goal for the build-up, but I only caught the first 45 minutes, so I didn't even get to see the second half or the 15 or 20 minutes he got in the second half. But either way, I haven't heard anyone complain about the attack being slow and build-up and all this shit. All right, so suggest to me that the ball was moving and him being in the 10 made us look better. I was watching the game and I was thinking City are doing everything in their power to discredit United's win. Rather, I'm like, no way. These weren't set-piece goals. They looked like they were going to score every time they went forward. And that third goal, absolute screamer. Ballon d'Or Rodri had me walking back my comments like, this is the best DM in the world. Getting spun like that. and they had him rattled to the point where he lost his head and got himself sent off. 2 yellow cards in 2 minutes. Now, if what's the kid from United, Lacey? He's like the youngest kid playing right now, right? Because Max isn't playing. If Lacey gets 2 yellow card in 2 minutes, everyone is gonna bollock him, young, immature player. Matter of fact, he got that when he bounced the ball against City, right? And got himself sent off. Or whatever game that was. But when you're Ballon d'Or Rodri and you're a seasoned professional, picking up 2 yellows in 2 minutes, that's unacceptable. You're Mr. Spain, Mr. Man City. When you play, brother, this wasn't good. Losing Bodo Glimt. This is bad. But, listen, no one picked United to win, except for me and a select few others. So it is what they were still favorites at Old Trafford and they lost the game. But yeah, they did make that win look like anyone can get at them from this point. Said Bodo Glimt, the hard work. We struggle with a 1-0 win on that plastic pitch. When you recover from knee surgery, you don't play on them pitches. Roger was cooked from them. Yeah, because those pitches, they don't slide in it. When you step on that artificial turf, that shit push back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it can be tough on the knees. But mad season of football. Maybe we were just Bodo Glimt. We have a chance on Sunday. Because I don't think if Bodo Glimt go to Etihad right now, they can replicate their performance. I think they get punched up, But, let's see. Let's see what Sheldon said. Why when I question these idiots, my opinion, they assume I like Arteta. Me saying I will be United means I like the coach. But I'm here to defend you, bro. I'll defend you all the time when they say, well, Sheldon, no, he never pretended to like Arteta. And this is why when Sheldon says something about Gyökeres, I can hear it, and I can hear it from him. Because he's been consistent with the energy towards Arteta and towards Gyökeres. But yeah, man, big up to the general himself, Van de Grong, boss of the bosses, unlike Darren, man doesn't respect. Big up to James Bond, outside, upwards and onwards, my friend. Hope you're good. If Arteta plays for the draw against Man United wins. Simple as that. Yeah. If I go at them. Man United have nothing to lose this Sunday, right? They're playing for a top 4 spot, and they have what? 16 games to go for it. So it's not a must win for them. Essentially, it's a free hit. They're coming to the best team in the Premier League on record. And hopefully, we rise to the occasion. All right. I went from 19 cup finals to 16 cup finals. So the boys must rise. Miss Mel, you just got a sub from Social Joins. Big up. See, the community be community, and big up to Mel. Nah, man. Sheldon is pretty far from top goonerism, Says some wild shit every now and then, but not top gooner wild. Le Mourinho and Rice took them yellows happily. Reset, get them yellows. Now we know for sure that he won't play against Carriot, and he will at least have 4 or 5 days rest between games. If you lose to United, sack him in the dressing room. They definitely won't. Inter just can't seem to beat English teams recently. Yeah, even Liverpool went into the San Siro and got something. Look at that. Oh my, hey, Sheldon, I'm gonna tell you going at it, I'm gonna leave him alone. Ethan has played, yeah, so he's cup tied until the new registration happens, right? Or is he cup tied throughout the whole tournament? I think he'll be able to play for Marseille. But I might have to dig into that. Don't take my word for it. Big up to Rich 99. Let me know how you feeling about today's result, my guy. Big game for us in the south of France. A must win to get to the top 8. You must stay. Obama who? Obama what? Obama blood clot. You ain't gonna bust net tomorrow. Mason Greenwood, yeah? The United faithful. The United blood still run through his veins, you know. He might do something. He might do something to you. Only cup tied in the knockout stages, if I'm correct. The rules of being cup tied, they seem to change from tournament to tournament, from year to year. Because I remember when we got Aubameyang from Dortmund, he had played for Dortmund and he was cup tied for us and couldn't play in the Europa League. Yeah, we hope you lose. Shane calls him that. It's a fraud called the Gooner. Oh, okay. Hey, the courier, you know, bring the news. I like it. Tell you more, boy. 10 regulars, the Gooners chat. Oh, okay. He's over there. Okay, got you. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Yeah, we taking those points. Definitely, we have to beat United. He said a blessing in the Oscar the Grouch chat. Man, say I share a birthday with Jacques Cousteau. French Gabonese, NY New York. Hey, what? Channel looks dope. Just subscribe. Big up, man. Hey, listen, the channel is dope, and it's not because of me, Jacques Cousteau. It's because of these legends in here. Get used to these names. You see this damn Wahaha. You see this LFC monster. These men are rivals, but these men are here every day with the real. Right? So if you have thin skin, you know, you might get your feathers ruffled around here. You know, we got man like Sheldon who will defend the club when we need to be defended. But yeah, around here we keep the conversation honest, and it's not always nice. But big you up. We're glad the algorithm found you. But big up, man. If Wolves somehow do us a favor at our for the draw against United, but that's exactly what he will do, AJ. If Wolves does an unthinkable, he will play for a draw. Because he is going to approach this. You know what? I'm just going to keep getting a point or not lose the lead until City implode. Because he is counting on City dropping points at Anfield as well. And he's counting on City dropping points against Tottenham. He is. I think he's just trying to shithouse his way to match week 33. And if the lead is greater than 3 points where they can't pass us up, he'll go there and put 11 men behind the ball. He would. Steve from Big Six missed the show to go watch this Boza lose to Bodo Glimt. Now, they better call him to account on, because today is what's today? Tuesday. So on Thursday, the Big Six does a show Mondays and Thursdays, right? So I'm pretty sure they'll have a cooking session for Steve. And if you are a channel, hey, probably don't schedule your stream for around Big Six stuff, because them men are gonna be like viewership vacuum. They're gonna suck up all the views. Pause during that time. Yeah, we'll check that out. Appreciate you dropping that in there. Jacques Cousteau says, as they still seem a little uncomfortable back to goal when receiving the ball in tight spaces with someone defending him. But I did see some improvements today. I think Eze is nervous because he knows the manager has a microscope on him, right? He knows that he has to perform above and beyond the levels to displace Odegaard out of the team. Like, he has to do extra shit, and Odegaard just needs to be. Odegaard just needs to show up on Saturdays and Sundays, and he's on the team, while Eze has to overperform. If Eze banged a hat-trick of assists today, Odegaard will still start against Man United. Still. Because he's not the coach's guy. And it shows in his movement. He shows he's stiff at times. He's the minute that he blocks out Arteta and just relax and play is when we're going to see the Crystal Palace version of him. You know what I mean? Where's that City fan that used to come to the chat? There's a couple of them that pop up in here every now and then. One that came over from Lee's channel, but he probably will be here Friday morning for the weekend warm up. But I haven't seen him in a bit. Big up, Rich, man. Love my guy. Yeah, monster, still in here doing God's work. No United blood in Greenwood, not welcome. Man, that boy, you know, he played for United. You brought him through. He has a hate for Liverpool. You know, so Brilliant performance, says Rich. We attack slow. We attack, show intensity. When we attack, show intensity and urgency. No team can handle us, how good our defense is. But Arteta is still the biggest problem in all caps. And that, my friend, is where we universally agree. Right? Big up, Rich, man. Marseille are getting the Timbers brothers, I think. I saw him get linked to a Turkish side. Like, is it Gala or Fenerbahce? I'm not sure. Yeah, man. You go for it, AJ. Go for it, my mod. What do you make of Slot saying of staying to the end of the season? Oh, yeah. No Slot. No sack for the Slot. Sack is here. He's here to stay. It's a mistake to keep him now. Just rip the Band-Aid off and go get Alonso before he gets picked up by someone else. Now, are the Spurs sipping around Xabi Alonso? Because people are saying that he wouldn't go to Spurs. Like, you don't go from Real Madrid to Spurs. And I'm like, take the teams and the employers out of it. Right? And we can all agree that Antonio Conte has the bigger name, a bigger than Xabi Alonso in world football. So if he went to Spurs, Xabi Alonso can go to Spurs. And they will pay him handsomely. And when he goes there, he doesn't have to appease anyone. Xabi Alonso goes to Spurs, he can bench whoever he wants, play whoever he wants. He's damn near bigger than the club. On the contrary, if he goes to Liverpool, he has to acquiesce, right? He has to understand that there are certain players who will play, like Vitz, or Isak, or the blockbuster guys. There are a core bunch of leaders there who've won together that probably got like cliques that he's going to have to earn the trust of. But he does have Liverpool ties. He played there in that, so we'll see. MLS against Speedy Winger scares me. He caught life today. I hope Mikel moves him into the midfield. He's not moving into the midfield, I promise you. And I completely agree. We saw Speedy Winger, like Olise, gave him trouble. The Carl kid from Bayern Munich gave him trouble. Won't celebrate Greenwood goals, even if it's against Liverpool. Shit, I'll do it for you. Get slapped by a City rival, missed the Big Six cooking. He thought he got away. Bodo said, hold my beer. Get back in that room and answer for your crimes. Yeah. And while he is cooking, Saeed is not going to let him get away with that. Saeed is not going to give him that mobile cooking when he checked. No. Saeed is going to cook him in studio. Because the same way United could have slapped these men for 5, it could have been ugly. Bodo Glimt, it could have been ugly. Like, Bodo actually put 3 past them. They limited United to 2. They're signing for Marseille. Okay. I hear it. All right, AJ, we'll definitely check this out. 100%. Eze knows no matter how good he plays, Arteta will start Odegaard ahead of him. 100%. That can be very deflating. Yeah, whatever you do out there will never be enough. You can't even complete 90 because you're not playing against United at the weekend unless the game is out of hand either way. Either we're losing or we're winning big. You're not playing. And it's showing in his game. He's way better than what we're seeing. Arteta we are brother. And you can't be nervous playing football. You remember when Mourinho towards the end of his tenure at Man United, when it started to go sour, no one was enjoying their football at United under Mourinho. They were like robots out there wondering what the manager thinks, you have to play, especially in the attacking area of the pitch. You must let the players play freely. Feels like we don't do any business this winter. Though honestly, the squad looks complete. Yeah, only thing, Jacques, is that I've been wanting a backup for Declan Rice. I think if Declan Rice is on the pitch today, that Inter player doesn't get to run through the midfield and play Thuram so easily. Declan makes that pass a little more difficult. Marino just couldn't get there. Wants to get there, tries to get there. He's just too slow. He's ketchup in a bottle. 16 likes, late night settings, people, night owl. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, Can we get to 20 likes for anyone who hasn't hit the like button yet? Big up. There we go, AJ. Please hit the like button, man. I definitely hear that. as well from Jacques. And yeah, man, sub to the channel and all them something there. But Mikel just needs to get out of his own way. Many, many times over here, we say if he picks the right team and goes sits the hell down and let the boys play football, this can happen. This type of stuff can happen. You know, bang, bang. You see how fast the ball was moving in for that first goal? The ball was moving quick, fast, and in a hurry, and it's in the net. Move slow like he does against Nottingham Forest, you won't score. The ball moves quick today. You have yourself a chance. True. How could I forget that? I left 8 with those Boadi rumors seems to have calmed down. I would love, I don't think we do any business this summer. I think the Ethan thing is the only business we do, which I don't like. I do not like us weakening our squad going into a title run-in because the race starts now. 16 games remaining. Win 12 of them. We are Premier League champions. I'm in London with you, man, at the parade, sipping, kicking it, doing it big. The run-in starts now. We lost Jimmy Buckets for the season. I saw that. And I've seen some NBA analysts go as far as to say the dynasty as we know it with Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green is over. And it's a very compelling case that they make. Steph is 37. Jimmy Butler is at his age, comes back from an ACL. Right, it's long. Draymond Green, 30-something. It may be over. It may be. Now, the question is, what do you do with Steph? Do you trade him? Or do you, because you will probably never see this again where a guy spends this much time with a team and play at that high of a level. Maybe Wembanyama will stay at San Antonio for forever and a day. But, you know, between 96 and 2016, Kobe Bryant, 20 years, you know, it's going to be very difficult for these superstars to stay with one team. They have a decision to make now on how they move forward. But the decision, this ACL on Jimmy Buckets have taken some of the choices away from Joe Lacob and the Golden State Warriors. You know, some of the decisions have been made for him. But yeah, it's mad. It's a mad one for Jimmy. Quentin to Marseille. Here we go. Yeah. Imagine we draw out Marseille in one of the knockouts. You know, Arsenal loves some PR. You know, better love the Timbers. Yeah, man. Wahaha, big Dubs fan. To the lottery you go. Because you can get value for him. If he's never going to win another title as a Warrior, and you could get 2 first-round picks for him, you have to listen to that. You can't get sentimental. Someone who is in win now mode would give up 2-3 first-round picks for Steph Curry. Yeah, he is. But business, excuse me, you know how cold the business can be. They probably won't because the fans will have a backlash, right? But if the Dallas Mavericks can trade a prime Luka Doncic, the Golden State Warriors, it wouldn't surprise most NBA connoisseurs if the Golden State Warriors trade a 37-year-old Steph Curry after he is 37 and has his number 2 option out for a year with an ACL. They did my GOAT dirty. They didn't get LBJ a pretty all-star nomination. Come on now. LeBron don't get a whole lot of love around these parts, but after what he did last year, they're well within his right for not giving him a fucking all-star spot this year. After that fuckery he did last year. Eze is elite. That man deserves much more minutes. A hell of a lot more than 12 minutes versus Liverpool than 12 versus Forest. I'll tell you that. I agree there. But the clown running the circus won't let the star shine. Kind of a letdown, to be honest. You know? Today was the game where I think like a nunny had came off Osaka. With some hunger, probably could have gotten a few more. You know? Trade Draymond as well. I'm not sure. I think that might be a harder trade to do. Because while teams will be willing and lined up to give up 2-3 first round picks for Steph, I'll be surprised if they give up 1 first round pick for Draymond, probably a couple of seconds and some cash. The arena is dead already. Imagine the Chase Center without Steph playing. Move your ass back to Oracle. Yeah, the Oracle was a special place, and it'll move to a new stadium, a new arena, and it's not the same, innit? I would get a lot of first round picks for Steph right now, because Steph can play until he's 40. So, but on a contending team, Steph he doesn't have the legs or the time to do another rebuild Golden State. He has to go to a team that's in win now mode. Absolutely. Because I honestly believe Steph gets my Miami Heat to the finals. Ooh, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Herro, Steph Curry. I don't know, AJ. I don't know. Maybe because there's a lot of injuries in the East, possibly. But I don't know. If he goes to Detroit with Cade Cunningham and the wing play that they have, but that's assuming Detroit only gives up draft picks and don't give up any of their players. Because the rebuild that it's going to take to replace a Steph Curry, I'm inclined to believe that the Golden State Warriors would take picks more than they will take a player, because there's no player they can get that's going to give them anything of a Steph Curry level. But if you can get 2-3 first round picks, that way you can get 3 top 10 draft picks, I think they will listen. I'm from New York and has never won and has never was a Knicks fan. Big L, I'm about to join the Wembley. Well, Jacques Cousteau, I am a Knicks fan. If you watch the channel long enough, you will see. Matter of fact, I just went to a Knicks game while I was in New York for the Christmas break. I went to the Philly game and, we lost that. Philly looking good here and there, but I think we need a little more before I think we do come out the East this year, but I don't think we can beat anyone. I think we can beat anyone except the Thunder. You should trade Jared for Steph and get that ring. Now, we need another big man that Mitchell. If Mitchell could actually give us some offense, I think the Knicks, but he's just out there for block shots, rebound, and 6 fouls. He's just not that guy. But, listen, people, it's been a wicked chat. I hear it. Love for the love tonight. Yeah, a little losing slump right now. The Knicks, you should come out of that for sure. Yeah, I think we're losing 4 in them, but I think we'll be all right. They're getting booed, and they know what the deal is, but I think they will snap out of it soon. Big up, man. But it's been a fantastic night of football, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic night. We get to laugh at City. Can't even laugh at Tottenham. They put 2 past Dortmund. But at the top of the Champions League and at the top of the Premier League, at the top it's just us.
At the top it's just us.
And the topic is just us, and we're going to enjoy it for the most. Nick's highlight of the century was Linsanity. Jeremy Lin, oh my days. Nah, last year, I think this year we get to the finals, and just hope they don't vandalize the city more than they do. But yeah, I rate Bam. I think if we had a Bam that could score, yeah, but Mitchell, he doesn't give us anything going forward. And Cat needs to stop painting his nails and pay a little more masculine, if you get my drift. Best I'll be back. Hey man, big up to you, man. And I hope it's good. But we'll be back tomorrow, people, between 3 and 5 UK time. I'm not sure. 7 to 8 p.m. my time AM on the West Coast. We'll see how it goes. Steph can drop 52 on anybody, to be fair. Anybody. Can't stand Maxey. Can't keep his mouth shut. Literally. He's a mouth breather. Well, love, people. Minus I respect every time. Big up to all the Arsenal fans. Big up to Wahaha. Big up to Monster. Big up to the rivals. We welcome it all. Gotta love you and leave you at this almost 6 o'clock hour. I think there's some NBA on tonight, so I'll go catch some NBA action. But until then, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are